Hello, everyone, and welcome to our discussion session from the University of Tartu with the students from Natural Sciences. My name is Liviu. I am an international student ambassador at the University of Tartu. And today we're going to have a very fruitful discussion with three of our students. And before going further, I would like to announce you that you may leave your questions in the workshop platform. You may find a Q&A button to each separate session. So if you have any question, please ask it on this space. And if you see a question that has already been asked, please rate it so it will come up and it will be here to be addressed. So, without any further ado, I would like to present my guests, Hazar, Zainab, and Faisal, all students from Natural Sciences. So, first of all, Hazar, could you tell a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. Okay, so my name is Hazar, but people here in Tartu call me Hazi. I'm a master's student of excellence in analytical chemistry. Currently, I'm in my second semester here in Tartu. Yeah, and also I'm from the Philippines. Yes, very, very far.
Cool, thank you. Zainab?
Hello, I'm Zainab, and I'm master student, first year and second semester, and I'm studying applied measurement science, and I come from Iran.
Cool. And Faisal?
Hello, I'm Faisal. I'm actually from Bangladesh, and I am doing here my master's in second years, and I'm also from the same program, Applied Measurement Science.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Thank you so much for coming. Now, the first thing that I think is on the minds of everyone is, what do you like the most about the University of Tartu from your experience so far? Faisal?
If you ask me about what I like, first of all, I will say that like when I choose my curriculum, then I go through the programs and the subjects which I actually like the most. And secondly, when I joined the program and I started learning here, so I get like so many knowledge in my practical life. Like we have like lots of practical classes and those things, and we have learned so many analytical chemistry instruments, which was really nice for me. And I really like it because whoever my professors and my teacher was, and they were really grateful. Actually, they helps us a lot to learn, and that's the main thing I like here most.
Cool, thank you. Zainab, you're from the same program. What do you think? Is it the same for you?
Yes, it's the same. Actually, our professors are really helpful, and the atmosphere in Chemicom is really friendly. You can talk to your professor whenever you want because they are always approachable. And yeah, I agree with him.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. And Hazar, what can you say about your program and your experience?
What can I say? Well, first thing, maybe the experience of being in a university environment with lots of international students. The environment is very stimulating, and the teachers and the professors are very supportive in our endeavors, like whatever we want to do, like encourage us to not just also focus on our studies, but also do some other activities, which I think the university is also promoting. So the students could have a well-balanced school life and also social life. Yeah.
Cool. So balance is the key word here.
Yes.
So was there anything that you didn't expect when you first came to Estonia and, well, you first came to the University of Tartu? If you can name one thing that you didn't expect. Hazar.
The weather, I would say. First off, I remember, like, because coming from a really tropical country, like, I was kind of thinking, I had a different impression of what could the autumn semester would look like. And the first thing when I came out of the airport was, the first thing I said is like, "Ooh, it's it's freezing," yeah. And so, I mean, it's good. It's a good it's just unusual for us, and it took us some time, I guess, to get used to it. And now, yeah.
So
it's
was the same for you, Faisal?
Actually, I have also another things, and I was not expecting like that when I was here in Estonia and Tartu first. Then I was not expecting that everyone understand English and can communicate with English. I thought like, okay, they have like their own language and they will communicate with them. But anyhow, like whenever I go for like super shops and anywhere, and I communicate with the people and they speak English to me. So that was unexpected for me actually.
Good. And what about you, Zainab?
Since Estonia is a cold country, everybody told me that the people there, they are not warm and friendly and like that. But people in Estonia, they are really nice and they really like to communicate with even international students and foreigners. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
and something. Yeah,
like
sorry.
I also remember like with what you said with Estonians being nice. Like the first thing when I came to like a grocery here, when I was paying at the cash register, there was this Estonian girl who just hugged me for no reason. I was like, it's like a warm welcome, I guess.
Yeah, that's
Which is
really sweet.
It was kind of like a shock for me at first. Like, what is happening? But yeah, I mean, welcome to Estonia, I guess.
Yes, well, Estonia is quite welcoming and surprising in a good way. Now, when it comes to your programs, what is the one thing that people should know about it? Why would prospective students or our viewers want to seek when applying to this program? Zainab.
I think from my experience, because I studied physics, but my program is related to both physics and chemistry. I think they have to know that it's mostly chemistry. So think about that. They have to have a good background of chemistry. Yeah.
Faisal.
I will say like this, like if someone is passionate about chemistry, then they should definitely apply. And also not like that, like if someone is from others background, they cannot apply. I am also from others background, but like anyhow I applied because this course was really interesting. And the main thing is that you will learn so many instruments which will really helpful in your work life. Maybe when you will be work in real life in some laboratory, these courses, like these instruments which you learn from here, this program, it will really helpful. So I will suggest if anyone wants to like do their career in like these laboratory institutions and others or like research, then they should definitely apply for this program.
Okay, good advice. And Faisal.
Yeah, I would say with each program, it's very intensive when it comes to analytical chemistry, and if students would like to get immersed in this environment where you do lots of experiments, lots of chemical analysis in the laboratory, and if you would have to experience, you would want to experience like operating different instruments like mass spectrometers and chromatographs, like the ones that you use typically for chemical analysis. And if you also have not a so-so experience before, like with your bachelor's when it comes to instrumentation, this is a perfect program because you would get to experience all of those here.
Okay, well, it already sounds fun in the way you guys describe your programs. Is there any favorite course that you feel attached the most in your programs? Zainab?
My favorite course, I think, is the practical work in physicum. That is that you have. It's the lab work, and you have to work with all the equipment. And I always like to work in a practical session, so I like it the most. I think, yeah.
What about your Faisal?
I have like several courses which are actually favorite of mine, but I like the most is like the practical which I did in like chemicum, and we had like one practical work which is like 6 credits, and it's really big, and we learned around 9 practical that time, and it was very interesting for me because like I was like new to those instruments and I really liked them and I learned from that. That's why it was really interesting for me.
Good. And Azar?
My favorite, it's like, can I say like all courses are
Yeah, sure.
equal in weight for me. Yeah, and so like with our previous semester, I would say my favorite was with chemometrics because chemometrics is very if you guys are into very intensive data analysis, statistics, mathematics, like really understanding how the results of your chemical analysis work and how to infer something out of those data, then chemometrics is definitely a good course. And also another, like, it's not just about like chemistry, like you could also have with each you would also have other modules, like there's this socioeconomic module where we would also have to learn like practical aspects. So for example, I took French language last semester and it was really good.
Cool. It's really nice to hear that, and I think all the folks back home and all the people are watching us. They're wondering maybe how difficult this program could be for them. So, if you could approximate the amount of work that you do, let's say outside your courses, how much would that be? Faisal,
Okay.
have you thought about it? Like how many hours of homework do you do?
Oh.
Okay. I will not make afraid of anyone that like too much homework or something, but I will just tell that like you have to study regularly. So if you study regularly here, then you can survive anything and you can complete all of your courses on time. So I will not tell that intensive pressure for the courses or homework, but I will tell that, okay, you have to study regularly. That's from my side.
Okay, good advice. What about you, Zainab?
For the first semester, because I was new to this course, I think I studied 7 days a week. For me, it was like the 7 days a week, every day at the library. But this semester, I can manage somehow, and I think 6 days a week, from 10 to 6, 7 is fine. If you start from the early semester, yeah, from the first of the semester.
You know, it's already sounds
Yeah,
quite intensive.
Yes, it's intensive.
What about you, Hazar? Is it similar?
For my personal experience, I would say it's kind of the same, but I would just to not scare like the students, I would give like firsthand, like you could it's about how you manage your course load. It's like for this year we have a sufficient amount of ECTS or like credits to be taken for the entire year, and it's just a matter of how you balance those between the two semesters. So for example, with me, I took like 36 credits for the last semester, and I would say that yeah, like with Faisal had said, like you have to study regularly, but it's good in a sense, like it when you go to the spring semester, your course load gets lighter and you could do some other stuff aside from studying. And also with the studying regularly, it really helps to refresh your mind because, for example, if you attend these lectures and you just set them aside and you forget like, oh, what was our last lecture about? I forgot already. So doing these homeworks, these assignments really help you to like continuously remind yourself of the lectures.
I think this is advice that applies for any program
Yes.
as well, not just for these programs. But when it comes to applying for these programs, well, you applied and you're here today thanks to your good application. How did the process go? Was it let's say was there anything special in the application process? If you can remember how it went.
Gosh, it feels like a long time ago already.
Okay.
But yeah, I would say that definitely a challenge coming here is first off the pandemic, like lots of restrictions, lots of like before you leave your country, you would have to comply to certain guidelines. Like for example, with me, I had to get vaccinated first just so that I can go to the next country for my application for the visa. And that's also another thing with coming to Estonia. Like, not all countries have access to the embassies where you could apply visas. So, for example, with me, I had to go to Turkey first, just so that I could apply for a long-term visa, and it's a separate process just to apply for another visa just to come to Turkey. So it's like applying for visa to go to a country where you have to apply for another visa. So it's kind of a really long process. But if, for example, you live already in those places, you would consider yourself lucky. And what else? I don't think there's anything aside from the pandemic. The pandemic's really big challenge.
I will add like one thing that when we just face those problems, the pandemic and those things, we cannot come to the country like in time, and our semester was started. We get like really good support from our academic process, because like they always help us, like, okay, you can do this one, maybe this can help you to go there, and you can do even like I remember that we have one course and our program director, and he always asked who got this visa to go to the other countries and what is the update of your visa. So they were always concerned about it, and that was really special for us, because as students, as a teacher, they are always caring about us. So I like that one. And even like when we applied for this program, whatever questions we have, we just mail them and we get the reply within like short 1 or 2 days. So we don't need to wait for a long time that, okay, I applied and I am not getting any reply from them. So they always make us like, okay, we are always with you. So that was the special things, if I say, about the applications our time.
And if I want to add something about the supporting, because every courses are presented also online, and also they are all recorded. So don't worry if you cannot get your visa at the first moment. So you can attend classes online in your home country, or later you can watch the sessions. So don't worry about that.
Okay, good. Thank you for all this helpful information. Now, I think maybe a lot of people are curious, and I'm also curious about it. Have you tried learning Estonian? What is your experience with learning Estonian, Hazar?
Oh my. I would say like it's an entirely different language. Like compared to other European countries, like somewhere in the south where you kind of had this resemblance with some words with English. But here, like, it's a Finno-Ugric language. They have a different, like, alphabets.
Grammar.
And grammar, yes. I think, so I only know basic words just for everyday living. Like, incoming students should also know this. Like, when you say hello, you say tere. Tere. And you have to, like, be smiling all about when you do that. And aita. Yeah. Which means thank you. Yeah.
What about you, Zainab?
Actually, I took a course, but and also it was, I think, really, really complete, because after passing that course, I can communicate with Estonian in stores, and not professional, but a little bit. I can hold the conversation a little bit. Yeah, I think. Yeah.
That's great to hear. What about you, Faith?
For me, like, I actually took that one course. Like it was maybe A1, the beginner level, and it helped me because like it was really difficult, because like if we learn any new language, it's actually difficult, but it helps me like this. I can communicate with some people whenever like those necessary things. Suppose for an example, I don't know which is the road and where is this, so I can ask them like where is it, and at least I can pronounce the roads rightly so that people can understand, okay, this is the directions, you can go like this way. So I think like those new students who will come, maybe they will also take this one, because it will help them to communicate with other people, at least like hello and like introduce themselves. So I will say that, okay, yeah. And that's why actually that is the reason that I took that course for learning.
Right. So I think, everyone should take an Estonian course if they manage to get to Estonia. Now, I heard that all three of you are living in a dorm. So what can you tell us about the life in the dorms? How is it like for you? And which dorms do you live? And
I think we all live at the same
same one.
Yeah.
the same dormitory. So it's Ratose 22. So it also goes with the name of the down the student hostel, I think. Yeah, and so you can see like it's very international, like different groups of students. Like you could do a lot of stuff. This it's very spacious, and you would get access to different amenities. Like there's also like if you want to do ping pong, you could do there are tables there for table tennis. If you want to have some coffee, like there's vending machines, laundromats, and also like there's an access if you want to print some documents. And also the administration of the dorm, I think, is also there. So if you need something, you need help with something, they're always there to accommodate. And with living there, I don't know with others, but for me, it's a good place to like really take a relax. And because at least from my experience with my flatmates, like I had really good flatmates. I can interact with them, and we would have conversations on the common areas and just chit chat and laugh about some stuff. Yeah, it's really good.
Cool. Sounds awesome. What about Zainab? What was your experience?
I liked the diversity in the dormitory because I live in a flat which we are 5 students together, but from 4 different countries. So I like that they separate us like this, that we can communicate with international students. And also another thing about the facility that also Hazar said, having that space that like playing ping pong, it really helps us finding new friends. Because sometimes I was playing with my friends, and some people came to us and asked to join us. So yeah, we can make friends more. And about the dormitory, they really care about us. Whenever we have problem, we just need to write an email, and they do it immediately.
Okay, Faisal?
Yeah, my experience also similar with them. And I will just add one more thing, that our dormitory is actually in the center of the city center. So it's so near, and whenever and wherever you want to go, you can just come from the dorm and take the bus, and you can go anywhere. So beside that, also like I also like this one, that in our dorm actually we live with like different international students. So like we are providing and we are sharing our cultures, our foods with all of them. So you can learn so many things about like new countries, and that's the most important thing for me, that okay, I'm learning new cultures from them. So yeah.
Okay, well, thank you. And well, it seems our discussion is running out of time. And I would like to thank again Hazar, Zainab, and Faisal for this really productive and fun discussion about their programs and their experience in Tartu. Please stay tuned for the upcoming discussions, and we will see you later. Thank you.